Hi everyone, I trust we're good. I trust we are growing. You see, since I started my journey in leadership, I have come to realize that leadership, both Christian leadership, business leadership, career leadership, academic leadership, is not as easy as the leadership books and the conference speakers on leadership make it look. All right, so you read these books on leadership, you listen to people talk on leadership, and then you experience something different when you practice leadership. You are too free and you're too friendly with your subordinates or the people you are grooming to become leaders, and then they take you for granted, and then the whole see finish make them take you for granted. Then you become too strict, and then your people begin to tell you that you need to be free with them, you need to play with them, you need to motivate them. And then these things always leave leaders depressed. All right. And then you see people running from leadership after the first try. But I will tell you this for free, that leadership is like leadership is one of the most prestigious position anyone can occupy. But how do you face this reality to enjoy the goodness of leadership? Well, it's all about balance. It's all about balance. Now I'll start with an analogy of our mothers. You see, just as a mother beats her stubborn child with the right hand and consoles the child with the left hand, I'm not saying we should I'm not saying we should go about beating the people we are grooming to be leaders. No. What I'm saying is we need to have an element of strictness and a cordial element as well. All right. I'm always an advocate of situational leadership. All right. Now, your ability to balance these situations you face in your leadership space is what makes you a leader. All right. Now, I'm friends with the people I'm grooming to be leaders. If you see the way we play around, you tend to ask who exactly is the leader. But I'm always strict at pointing out issues. All right. Now, I'm not saying you should go about scolding the people you are grooming to be leaders. No. What I'm saying is you need to be straight. You need to be strict at pointing out issues, because, see, the reality is every authentic follower knows that he or she is wrong when you correct him or her. All right. The reality is that these books we read on leadership, these TED Talks we listen to on leadership are really authentic, but people are different. All right. Now, what may work for Mr. A might not work for Mrs. B. All right. So let us read these books on leadership. Let us listen to these TED Talks on leadership. But it is your ability to balance these things. It's your ability to know what works for Mr. A or Mrs. B in your business, in your career, in your academics that would make you avoid that frustration in leadership. Now, there are people scolding will never work for. People like me, scold all you like, they won't listen to you. While there are some people scolding, believe it or not, scolding will always work for. You need to scold them before they know you are serious. All right. So it's your ability to know what works for Mr. A, Mr. B from what you've read and listened to that will make you avoid that frustration in leadership. Okay. You see, one way to avoid this frustration is to know that people will always be people. All right. People's IQ are not like yours. Of course, you've read a lot, you've listened to a lot of talks on leadership, so you should know that their IQ are not like yours. All right. So you just need to be patient with them. All right. You see, you can't lead someone who doesn't want to be led. All right, so you just have to be patient with them. Allow things fly. Allow things fly. Do not force yourself to change what can't be changed. You try, but when you notice it can't be changed, don't force yourself, because like I said, people will not allow you to lead them if they don't want to be led. All right, now I won't advise you just sideline them. No, well, fix them in places of like minute priority, and focus on the serious ones. All right, yeah. It's not easy at all, but just be friends with them. All right, and be quick to point out things that are wrong, but then just try and be careful with the way you point out these things. All right, finally, just as the Bible says, having done all to stand, stand therefore. So having done all to lead them therefore. All right, but I want you to know this. Just know that regardless of where you find yourself in your space of leadership, know that God has entrusted these people under your care, whether it's in church, your career, your office, your school, wherever it is, even the customers you render the services to in your business. Remember that God has entrusted them under your care. So feel free to always ask God to help you. All right, ask God to help you. I haven't seen anyone ask God for help and remain the way they were before they asked for that help. It's not possible. So just ask God, all right? Just ask Him. And before I go, as usual, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yeah, like, share, comment, encourage someone to join as well. Yeah. Encourage someone to subscribe as well. All right, I know you've benefited from this. I know you benefit from my vlogs, so please encourage someone to watch as well, so that the person can benefit from it as well. Remember, that way you will be able to influence that person. All right, so to like come your way next time, do not forget to dominate and influence your world. All right, God will help us.